David, this is Braden from Pacific Toyota here in Cairns. Hey, thanks again for your inquiry on our 2020 Ldv T60 Pro sitting here in front of me. Mate, absolutely glamour of a car. Thanks again for your inquiry. Obviously, I do understand that you are down south, mate. So obviously we are, as discussed, Pacific Toyota here in Cairns. So we're lucky enough to have two massive big pre-owned yards up here. I'm currently at 235 Mulgrave Road. We of course got another one up at 77 Mulgrave Road as well. And as you can see, we are literally jam-packed at the moment. You can see our Toyota Lexus showrooms up on the hill there, service departments down the road. And it means we get some absolutely awesome cars just like this one here. And like I said, we turn over a little bit over 200 cars a month, so they do go exceptionally quick. But this one, full service history. We, of course, all our cars guarantee, so no write-offs or flood damage or anything like that. We just simply won't touch them. But mate, the whole idea of this video is just to take you through the car in as much detail as we can. Obviously, then a bit more than what you obviously see from the photos. So I'm going to try and be as picky as I possibly can. Any sort of little marks or scratches or anything like that, I'm going to highlight and point them out for you. Looks like a tiny little... And that's just a little bit of dirt. We have had a fair bit of rain the last couple of days. So I've given it a quick chamois, but there is still a little bit of water. There's just a couple tiny little sort of stone chips through the bonnet. Extremely faint. But again, like I said, I want to try and be as picky as we possibly can for you. Again, just these little ones. But see, they're just coming off. They're just coming off. That's just dirt, Never mind, mate. That's all just dirt. So there's just a couple of little, tiny little ones that have already been touched up. But other than that, incredibly tidy across the front there. It's a 2020 model. It's exactly what you expect for only having about 18,000 Ks on there. Tiny little bit of gutter rash just there on the actual rim itself. But other than that, very clean through the rest of it. I did want to kick these tyres out so that way you can see right through the suspension and everything through there as well. So very, very well looked after. Absolutely stacks of tread left on there too. Being the T60 Pro, let's get parking sensors right across the front here too. So we've got about 4 of those guys right through the front. Looking very clean across there as well. Again, sort of struggling to actually find much to point out for you. Tiny little bit of a hairline scratch just there, but nothing too bad. And very tidy across the passenger side front one wheel this time. So again, just a very, very little mark up on the right edge there as well. We've got a little hairline one just there, about the only one that sort of really stands out at the moment, but it's a very sort of thin line, not too bad. Rest of the passenger side looking very clean. Just through the inside of that door card now as well. Just a tiny little sort of scuff down there. I'd say someone's just sort of caught their foot just jumping in and out of the car, but not too bad. Same thing, just on that little bit on the plastic there, but not too bad at all. Awesome seats through. Such a good looking car through here. So they got a little nifty feature. You can actually leave the radio on these guys as well, so I thought I'd leave that on to show you. So little cup holders in the vents here right in front of the air cons, which is great. So all your books, manuals, everything's all on the inside here too. So service history, so first one at 5,300 kilometres, 14,900, and then obviously 18 through us as well. So 21, 2022 and 22 again. So Coral Motors, that's our workshop. So whenever they come in, if they're due for a service, we get them all done. Awesome service history there. We've got these great little solid handles the whole way through there too. Give a quick look over the top there as well. Obviously those roof rails. Now, there's not actually any window tint on these guys either, but that is all stuff that we can do in-house for you, make it nice and easy. Looks like a tiny little sort of faint line little mark there. Just a very sort of gentle hairline one there. Not too bad. Child locks, of course, on both these rear doors. Little tiny scuff there, but not too bad at all. Got the accessory plug down the bottom there as well. Argument separators in the middle there too. Obviously the adjustable headrests. And we've got this little strap just under here, so I've just lifted that up. That obviously activates that one there. And that's where your jack and tools and a bit of storage are all down the bottom here too. So that just goes back into place. Very tidy through there. So it's got the soft tonneau. Like I said, we did have a fair bit of rain last night, so there's a little bit of water build up on that, but that just shows how waterproof these things are. We've got To take that off, they literally just come straight off with these little straps, little bungee cords. So fuel inlet's just on the passenger side here as well. That just looks like a little bit of dirt this time. Very clean to the inside, and you can see the spare tyre in the back as well, pretty much brand new tyre on there as well. Again, just a very sort of faint little hairline marks on the back. But they are utes, they are full drives. Incredibly tidy otherwise. And like I said, we had some pretty hectic rain last night. Got rear parking sensors right across the back here as well. So 4 of those guys. So not too bad through here. Let's give you a quick look underneath as well. So like I said, absolutely stacks of tread on all those tyres. You can see the spare tyre under there as well. So you simply unbuckle these ones, pull that lever and that drops down. A little reverse camera tucked in there too. These ones, that one. So one of them, this one here is just missing the actual bungee cord. So that's obviously, but the rest are all sweet. And you can see through the inside there as well. So you got all that lining, tie down points on all 4 corners. The beautiful grip lining through the inside here that they came out the factory with. And that just clips back into place. Might actually leave that down so we can drain some water for you. So unbuckle these. Such an easy thing with the Tornos. So very faint again, like I said, it's just these little tiny sort of marks, but not too bad. And same thing, just a little, that's just a little bit of dirt, so again, disregard. Pretty much brand new tyres the whole way around. Very clean through the driver's side rear now. And same thing, I'd say they've just had something sitting in the back seat that might have just rubbed up against it, maybe a box or something like that. But not too bad through the inside. And finally just the driver's side door now here for you too. Just a little bit on that edge, so it's sort of rubbed up against maybe a garage wall, something like that. And again, just some very sort of faint, just those sort of common areas that you find, you know, when people sort of rest their arm against there, maybe a watch or something's kind of marked up against it. Your mirror adjustments are all up here, so the left side of the car, right side of the car, you just adjust those as you need to, full electric adjustment. That fuel release, like I said, is on the passenger side, but that's the button there, so you put that and that pops that out. All your window controls, window locks and central locking are all on the driver's side here too. I love this, I'm a short person, so you can sit there and crank that right up. You got the height adjustment for these seats, and back down again. We've also got the EVC. This is an aftermarket fitted one that the customer's obviously done as well. So it's an electric, basically your throttle controller. I've actually got these on my Hilux as well and cannot rate it enough, so happy to walk you through how that works and everything like that. Cool little bits of storage everywhere, cup holders everywhere as well. The bonnet release itself is actually down the bottom there too. Now we of course do have 2 keys with this one, so one with the central locking and then one just normal blank key there as well. So both of these will start the car. Jump inside, get some aircon going, turn that music down a little bit. Okay, so straighten these wheels up so we can see. Alright, so only 18,333 kilometres as it sits right now. No engine lights, no dash lights or anything like that, of course. The only lights that are on there, of course, I'm not wearing a seatbelt, so that one on the right hand side there, and of course the handbrake down on the left hand side there too. Not due again for another service until 33,000, so you've got plenty of life left on that one up there. Hopefully you can see that. I'm not sure if you can see it in the picture, but it does say December 2023 or 33,000 kilometres. On the actual steering wheel itself, nice and easy to use. Cruise controls all up on the left hand side, and all your Bluetooth radio options are all up on the right hand side, so volumes, entering the calls, all that kind of thing there as well. Headlights are all up on the right hand side here too, so we've got an automatic setting for those guys. So currently they're set to automatic, they're light sensitive. So that's just beeping at me because I've got my seatbelt off. There we go. So like I said, got automatic headlights, so currently they're set to automatic. So daytime, nighttime, whatever the case is, they're light sensitive. So whether you go into underground car parks or anything like that, that automatic setting, they'll turn on and off as they need to. If you want to use them yourself, if you don't like that automatic setting, you can still do your parkers, headlights, high beams, blinkers and foggies all through there like normal. So real nice and easy with those guys. All up on the left hand side here, so the wipers are all over there, pretty standard and pretty normal. As we got a massive big touchscreen down the bottom here as well. So at the moment that's, what do we got, home button there. It's going to bring you to this one every time. So it works a little bit like your phone. You can slide between your different apps and things like that. They've got such a fantastic setup in these guys. I freaking love it. Again, nice huge buttons as well, so while you're driving it's nice and easy to navigate. You don't have to spend a lot of time staring down here. You can concentrate on the road. So we can jump into the status of the car. It's going to tell you if anything's wrong with it. We can jump straight into the smartphone things and stuff like that. So if you want to hook your phone up through the USB ports with your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, you simply click that one there and navigate which one you want to use. Otherwise we can jump straight into the radio, straight into the contact settings, everything like that. Absolutely everything, all navigated through that one there. If you want to go straight to the music side of things, we obviously don't have a USB connected at the moment, but that'll jump straight into that side of it as well, and of course straight into that side of it there too. So we can go to Little Miss. All these little sub-menus, you can jump straight into them through these buttons down the bottom there as well. Aircon controls all around the middle here, so fan speeds on the up and down there. It's going to bring up the actual climate side of things up there too. So as we go up and down the fan speed, you can see it's all controlled by up here as well. Temperature on the right hand side there too, on the left hand side, sorry, and of course where they're coming out of the car and everything like that. So everything you do down here shows it up there as well. We've got eco modes, power modes. Obviously power modes great for overtaking people, stuff like that, full driving, all that kind of thing, and eco is just good for around town. And traction control, hill sense, all that sort of stuff as well for the full driving side of things there too. I'll just move that out of the way. 2 USB ports down the bottom, so if you want to run your phone on the Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, that's the one you want to use. As soon as we chuck that into reverse, we have that beautiful camera at the back there too. So we've got the tailgate down at the moment, so that's why it looks a little bit funny, but I've got the tailgate down at the moment. So as we turn those that steering wheel, so it's going to give us that predictive line. They show you exactly where the mode of travel is and which direction you're heading. And of course those sensors are just picking up the ground below us that it's currently facing. Full drive options are all up on the left hand side here, so all electronic. You don't have to go locking in hubs or anything like the old days. You simply put it into neutral, flick across. So at the moment we're in 2 high, we go across to 4H, so that's for driving on still the normal gearing, so 80 k's an hour, 100 k's an hour, all that kind of stuff, but it means loose roads. You don't want to do that on the bitumen. You can actually see up on the display here, right there, it says 4 high, so we're locked in. Go to 4 low, so all your traction control, everything actually turns off with these guys. It'll flash a few times while it engages, and then now you can see over the side here, the little traction control and everything's all switched off there too. And of course we're now in 4 low, so you do not want to use this one on the bitumen because you can damage the car if you do. You only want to use this in super low, so like beaches, creek crossings, any soft terrain where you want a high amount of revs and not a lot of speed. So again, you just flick back between those, be patient, let it engage and disengage as it needs to. Once it stops flashing, you know you can go to that next one, and then bang, everything's all sweet to go. Done. Normal handbrake, plenty of room for drinks, stuff like that. Coin holders in the middle there, plenty of storage through there as well. Beautiful through the inside here, drop down handles the whole way around. We've got these solid handles through all 4 doors as well, except the drivers of course, but they make it great for jumping in and out in the wet weather, stuff like that. Mirrors at the top, airbags, curtain airbags going right across the windows and that. We've got airbags in the front, in the dash, in the steering wheel, in the seats, absolutely everywhere as well. Plenty of storage at the top there too, and of course we've got the mirrors on the driver's side there as well. That is just about it for the inside here, so I'll try and wrap this up for you. I'll leave this running because, like I said, I did pop that bonnet, so I do want to show you up under the bonnet there as well. Try and do it one-handed. Alright, so there is your 2.8 turbo diesel motor, incredibly clean. Like I said, mate, only 18,000 k's, so this thing has been exceptionally well looked after, especially awesome service history, and you can see yourself as well through the firewall and everything through there too. So mate, thanks again for your inquiry. Hope the finance side of things works out for you, and can't wait to hear from you soon. Cheers.